Welcome back students to the part 3. In this module, let us discuss about motion of center of mass and linear momentum of a system of particles. We have already seen that R or RCM is equivalent to M1R1 plus M2R2 plus etc. up to MnRn divided by capital M. So by cross multiplying we get MR is equivalent to M1R1 plus M2R2 plus etc. up to MnRn. Differentiating the LHS and RHS with respect to time, we get M into dr by dt is equivalent to M1 dr1 by dt plus M2 dr2 by dt plus etc. plus Mn drn by dt. Here, since masses are constants, we can take it outside the differential sign. dr by dt is rate of change of position, which is replaced by capital V, where capital V represents the velocity of the center of mass. dr1 by dt is replaced by V1, where V1 represents velocity of the first particle. Similarly, dr2 by dt is V2 and drn by dt is Vn. Again differentiating the equation, mv is equivalent to m1v1 plus m2v2 plus etc. plus mnvn with respect to time, we get m into dv by dt is equivalent to m1 dv1 by dt plus m2 dv2 by dt plus etc. plus mn dvn by dt. Here dv by dt is replaced by capital A, where capital A represents acceleration of the center of mass. dv1 by dt is equivalent to A1, where A1 is the acceleration of the first particle. Similarly, dv2 by dt is A2 and dvn by dt is An. So we have seen velocity of the center of mass VCM is equivalent to m1v1 plus m2v2 plus m3v3 plus etc. up to mnvn divided by capital M. And acceleration of the center of mass is given by ACM is equivalent to m1a1 plus m2a2 plus m3a3 plus etc. plus mnan divided by M. Cross multiplying, we get M into ACM is equivalent to m1a1 plus m2a2 plus m3a3 plus etc. up to mnan. Here, M into ACM is replaced by F. That is, we have applied Newton's second law, F is equivalent to ma over here. This force net, that is net force F, is equivalent to dp by dt according to Newton's second law, which is equivalent to m into ACM. For a system of n particles, the total linear momentum P will be the vector sum of the individual particles' linear momentum. That is, P is equivalent to P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus etc. up to Pn, which is equal to m1v1 plus m2v2 plus m3v3 plus etc. up to mnvn, where momentum P is replaced by mass into velocity. So we can write P will be equivalent to capital M into VCM, where capital M represents the total mass and VCM represents the center of mass point's velocity. So P equivalent to M into VCM represents the linear momentum of a system of particles. So we had seen linear momentum of a system of particles is given by P is equivalent to M into VCM. Taking derivatives on both sides with respect to time, we get dp by dt is equivalent to m into d by dt of VCM. d by dt of VCM is replaced by ACM, where ACM represents acceleration of the center of mass point. M into ACM is replaced by net force F net according to Newton's second law. Or we can say dP by dt is equivalent to F net, which is in accordance with Newton's second law of motion. According to the principle of conservation of momentum, if the net external force acting on a system of particles is zero, then momentum is a constant, or the total momentum is conserved. According to the principle of conservation of momentum, we can see that the motion of the center of mass of a projectile will follow the same path. That is, if a projectile is fired into the air and if it suddenly explodes, then after the explosion, the center of mass of the fragments still follows the same parabolic path, that is along the dotted line, whereas the fragments will fly off. That is, if the shell explodes, if the two particles are moving along the two blue colored lines, then the center of mass of these two particles will be along the same parabolic path as that of the initial path of the shell. The movement of binary stars is also according to the conservation principle. Binary stars are nothing but pairs of stars which orbit their common center of mass. That is, these two stars will move so that their center of mass lies at a common point. If we are considering the conservation of momentum in the case of collision of particles, we can see that the total momentum before collision will be equivalent to the total momentum after collision. That is, m1 v1i plus m2 v2i will be equivalent to m1 v1f plus m2 v2f. Hope you might have got an idea about the third module. Thank you, my dear students.